How's it going, everyone? Just a quick public service announcement for anyone who hasn't heard. So Wonder Woman 84 is officially hitting theaters December 25th, which is Christmas Day, I believe. And it's not just hitting theaters on the 25th, it's also hitting HBO Max. So it will be released in theaters and streaming service all at the same time. This is to do with the fact that the movie has been delayed countless times and they're probably suffering from a lot of marketing losses and a lot of money in general, so they just need to release this movie and get any amount of money back that they can. If theaters are not open in your area, they did say that HBO Max will be your way to watch the movie on a streaming service, but my question is, if you live in a region with no HBO Max, where will this be released? Because for someone like me in Canada, the only thing we have is Crave TV, which is the closest thing to getting HBO and all of its content. So for Canadians, will it be released on Crave TV? Are they going to make HBO Max available for everyone? I don't really know what's going on with that. So why I really make a video about this is because Warner Brothers just announced that for all of its future 2021 movies that are slated to release in theaters next year, they won't just be releasing in theaters, they will be releasing on HBO Max as well. And I don't really know how I feel about this. And actually, that's not true. I'm not a big fan of it. So that's going to involve movies like the new Suicide Squad, the new Dune, King Kong versus Godzilla. You know, like there's a huge list of like bigger name movies here that aren't just going to release in theaters, but they're going to release on streaming services. Now, that's once again not to mention that if you have a movie theater open in your region and the movies are playing there, you can still go see it in theater. That cinematic feel is not being taken away from you. But for people who aren't around an area with a theater open, well then yes, you're probably going to want to invest in a 80-inch TV to watch some of these movies that are meant for theaters. Something like a Godzilla vs. King Kong, I can't really see how that will work as efficiently on the streaming service watching off of your 40-inch screen TV than it would be seeing something like that on an IMAX screen or an Ultra AVX or just in general something made to be played in cinemas. This is something I mentioned a while ago with the battle between movies and streaming services, is that the idea that when you go to the movies, everyone needs to buy a ticket. Everyone is purchasing a $10, $15, I don't know how many dollar ticket to get into the movie theater to watch the movie. But now when you're releasing a movie on streaming services, all you're getting is one payment from one person that could be filled with a room of 5 to 10 people. So instead of getting a purchase of 10 people for one movie, you're now only getting a purchase of one person for the movie, while 10 people all sit in a room who didn't need to pay for it. And now when you look at a movie like Wonder Woman 84, which really could potentially have cracked $1 billion at the box office, like a lot of superhero movies do nowadays, it does make me question that where are they going to get this money, knowing that all around the world, most theaters are going to struggle with making those box office numbers. Look at a movie like Tenet when it released in theaters. That's a movie that easily should have broke $1 billion, considering that nearly all of his movies basically break that 1 billion threshold. But from this time around, I don't really think it even made over 300-400 million worldwide. And that's obviously to do with the pandemic and what's going on in the world in general. But still, that's what makes me question what the idea of streaming service and movies. I almost feel like theaters are going to die, they're going to suffer, and within the next couple of years, you might not even be able to go to the movies anymore, and I don't like that. Now, it may be easier said than done, but I know for someone like me, if I was in charge of any of these companies, I would say, listen, it sucks. Movie theaters might not be open within the next year, and that's really unfortunate, but until they are, these movies cannot hit the public. I have that very old school mentality that when a brand new movie comes out, it should be the way they film it to be seen. Especially like some of these big name movies like Dune. Do you really think Dune is being filmed for you to sit in your house and watch it off of a stream? streaming service? No. Dune is being made so you can experience it on an IMAX screen in a theater. There is something so traditional about going to the movies and getting popcorn and drinks and snacks and sitting in your chair and watching a movie over a massive screen with loud sound, and you just feel invested in it. And now that they're being released on streaming services, you're not gonna get that same feeling. And maybe to some people, they don't really care. Maybe it's like, it's a movie, I'm gonna watch it no matter what, whether it be theaters or whether it be in my home. I'll spend whatever money I gotta spend, I'll watch it right in the comfort of my own home. And I understand that from a certain point of view. But maybe it's just because of me, because of how much I love movies and I love cinema and I love that world. For me, it kind of hurts because I don't wanna have to lower myself to watching these big budget films in my bedroom or on my couch or off of my phone. Nah, I don't like it. This was just a quick video to kind of voice my displeasure and disappointment about what is going to be happening with movies for the foreseeable future. And it just makes me worried that as time goes on, they'll start to notice like, oh, the streaming service thing works, so why do we need theaters anymore? Now, I really hope that doesn't happen, but whether or not we like the way they're moving in this new direction, it's gonna happen. These companies need their money. They've put a lot of work, a lot of effort into making these films, and if they really feel like these movies need to be released right now, who am I to argue with them? I do not work for these big corporations. Now shoot off in the comments below and let me know, do you agree with me? Do you think some of these big budget movies should be waiting until theaters are cleared to be open and everyone can see them? Or are you okay with them releasing them in streaming services and watching them from the comfort of your own home? But until next time, I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya.